Hello, TMGT 512. This is Dr. Aiden. We are on chapter 3 on your textbook, The Art and Science of Leadership. I will give you a very brief review of the chapter. You have to read chapter 3, you have to read this PowerPoint lecture, and this will be a very quick summary of the chapter. So we are trying to understand, identify three major eras in the study of leadership: trait era, contingency era, behavior era. And under contingency era, we have to understand the evaluation and application of these five models: Fiedler's contingency model, normative decision model, PEF goal theory, SFL, and LME models. I'm gonna try to explain it here on the paint. So there are three eras, okay, on leadership theory. Leadership theory. Trait, behavior, contingency. Leadership theories started with the trait era, okay? Here what they try to do, they try to determine, identify some traits, characteristics that would ensure a good leader. Okay, so if you have those traits, you're a good leader. If you don't have those traits, you are not a good leader. Okay. For example, some studies worked on IQ level. They tried to determine what minimum IQ you need to have to be a leader. Okay. Or charisma. So some were testable, quantifiable levels, some were very qualitative measures. In any of them, the researchers could not relate personal traits or characteristics with effective leadership. Okay. So the outcome of this era, what researchers found basically is, yeah, it's good to have some traits, some special traits, such as a high IQ, okay, charisma, but that does not ensure successful, effective leadership, okay? If you have them, it's good, but it doesn't show you that if you will be a good leader if you have them. Or in other words, if you don't have them, it doesn't mean that you are not going to be a leader, okay? So the trait era ended because of there is no scientific proof that this works, okay? Then the behavior era started. Here researchers tried to find some behaviors that makes you a good leader, okay? This didn't work either, okay? Yeah, of course, still there are some leadership behaviors that makes you a good leader, but it doesn't ensure that you will be a good leader. And if you don't have those behaviors, it doesn't mean that you are not a good leader. So there is no scientific results that showed leaders needs to have certain set of behaviors, okay? Since these two were cancelled, the third era started, contingency era. So the researchers tried to develop models, theories that combines leadership styles and situational factors. So in the contingency era, researchers started looking at two factors: the styles, leadership styles, and the situational factors. So some models evolved. First one is the Fiedler. Then there's cognitive, normative, cognitive. Fiedler's contingency model, normative theory, path goal theory, then substitution of leaders, substitutes for leadership, and then leader-member exchange. Okay, these 5 models are the ones that we will focus on the contingency era. There are slight differences between these. In the Fiedler's model, Fiedler thought that leadership style cannot be changed, okay, fixed. The situations need to be changed to fit the leader's style, okay. The style is measured by LPS scale. What is an LPS scale? It's the least preferred coworker scale. Basically, it's a questionnaire the leader fills, and then he scores the least preferred coworker he would like to have. If he scores that person a very low grade, so low LPC, that means that leader is task oriented. He cares about the results, the outcome, okay. But if he scores a high grade even to his low preferred coworker, that means that leader is a relationship motivated leader, relation motivated. So he doesn't care about details, he doesn't much care about task performance. What he cares is his relationship with his followers, okay. So Fiedler proposes measuring style factor with that scale, and situation factor, what he uses is a variable called sitcon, and sitcon is a combination of the power. Let's go from the first one, leader-member relationship plus task structure plus position power, okay. So if a leader has good leader-member relationships, this task structure is high, which means the tasks are clear, the expectations are clear, and the leader has a high position power. He can fire followers, punish them, okay. So the situation is measured by that sitcon. It's the sum of these 3 sub-factors. And then Fiedler proposed the relation as sitcon, okay, and it's per group performance. And then for low LPC leaders, with low LPC leaders, it's high sitcon, medium sitcon, and low sitcon. So the low LPC leaders, if the situation is under control, the group performance is high. If the situation control is medium, the group performance is very low. And if the situation control is very low, so it's kind of like a chaos, still the group performance is high. So it's good to have a task-oriented leader, okay, when the situation control is very low. For high LPC leader, let's change the color here, which is relationship motivated. It's the opposite, okay. High relationship motivated leaders, high LPC leaders, make sure the group performs well in the mid region, okay. When the situational control is medium, the performance is higher. On the low, what just happened? Okay, in the low and high ends of the situational control, the group performance will be low with relationship motivated leaders. This is Fiedler's model, okay. Then the normative model, the difference with Fiedler's model here, normative decision model, says that assumes that the style can be changed, okay. Style is not fixed here, it can be changed. And there's still the situation part, okay. So the normative model also has the same, I mean, all the cognitive models are, all the contingency models are like this. There's style and then situation, style, situation. But in the normative models, style can be changed, it's not fixed. So the leader can change his style according to the situation, okay. So that's basically the main idea. A leader must decide which style to use depending on the situation that the leader and the group face, okay. And here, to understand the decision model, please check table 3.3 in detail, okay. I cannot go over those in this video. Also table 3.4, read everything about this model. And then also figure 3.3 shows how the model works, okay. This is a decision tree. The fourth one, path goal theory, is basically proposes that the leader's role is to clear the paths subordinates use to accomplish goals. Let's continue from the PowerPoint after this. There's not many things that I can draw here. Path goal theory. So the leader's primary role is to motivate followers to complete their task by removing obstacles, okay. The leader must change his or her behaviors based on the need of followers. So also in the path goal theory, the leaders change their behaviors. So path goal theory and normative model are same from the perspective of leaders changing their behaviors, okay, for the situation. But the Fiedler's model, the leadership style doesn't change, the situation needs to be changed. Make sure you read the chapter in detail for examples, more explanation of all these models. Substitute for leadership model is, what are some situations where leaders are not needed? What are these substitutes for the leadership, okay? The model shows this. And the last one, leader-member exchange model, this is based on the relationships between the leader and follower, okay? You can either be in this in-group set or out-of-group set. I mean, this is the overall group, okay? There's the leader. The in-group are the people in the group, the followers in the group that has that relationship, good relationship with the leader. These are out of that group. But in another project, this can move here. Okay, this person might be here in group, and this person might move out of the group. Okay, it all depends on the situation again. And to be in a group and out of group depends on performance, okay, and potential. So this is all I want to talk about in this video lecture. But as I said, in order to fully understand these models, you have to read chapter 3 in detail and work on the activities. There are exercises, activities on your textbook. Please work on them. Thank you for listening to me. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice week and weekend.